Good morning, dear students. You might have heard the name of Kalpana Chawla. She was an Indian American woman in space. And in 1997, an Indian American Kalpana Chawla, she was the part of the international crew aboard the US Space Shuttle. So before starting the chapter, or before starting telling about Kalpana Chawla, who was she, why she was so important, why are we going to study about her? You should know about a tragedy in space. US Space Shuttle Columbia breaks into flames, meaning it blasts. In an unprecedented space tragedy, US Space Shuttle Columbia carrying Indian-born American astronaut Kalpana Chawla and 6 others broke apart in flames as it streaked over Texas towards its landing strip on Saturday, 1st February 2003, killing all 7 on board. In 2003, Kalpana Chawla, along with her other members, 6 other members, the space shuttle named Columbia busted out when it was about to reach on this land. That was going to be a great success. She was the first Indian woman who reached in space. But this tragedy took place in 2003. The shuttle lost contact with NASA at about 9 a.m. as it came it for landing, meaning the entire program was a great success. But the shuttle Columbia stopped connection at 9 a.m. while it was about to land. It was flying at an altitude to over 2 lakh feet and traveling at over 20,000 km per hour when ground control lost contact with the shuttle. Its speed was very high, 20,000 per kilometer, and it was above on the altitude 2 lakh feet. But that time this contact lost. NASA lost contact with this Columbia shuttle. Columbia had lifted off 16 January 2003 from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida. It had stayed in orbit for 16 days and the 7 members crew conducted 80 experiments before it began its downward journey. See, 16 days, 7 members worked. 16 January 2003, 16 days they worked a lot. They did 80 experiments continuously and they had collected lot many information, but this took place and this shuttle blasted. This was Columbia's 28th space flight and the shuttle was said to be good for 100 flights. Though everything was pre-planned, everything was best, but something happened and the planning did not execute accordingly. Now, that was the report. Now we will know about Kalpana Chawla. So let's start your lesson. Kalpana Chawla said that she never dreamed as a child in Karnal that she would cross the frontiers of space. It was enough that her parents allowed her to attend engineering college after she graduated from Tagore School. Kalpana Chawla, she belonged to a small place, Karnal. As a child, she never thought that she would work in NASA. She was happy enough that her parents allowed her for engineering after completing her schooling from Tagore School. After a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Engineering against great opposition from her father, she went for a master's degree to the United States of America. When she had completed her bachelor degree, her father was against it, but she started going to do her master's degree in America. She later earned her PhD in aerospace engineering. Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian American woman astronaut to blast off from the launch pad at Cape Canaveral, Florida, and participate in a successful mission in space. But not only graduated, she had completed her research also from America. And she was the first Indian woman who became the member in that space mission, NASA's space mission. Her family from India cheered along with the staff at the Kennedy Space Center as they watched the Columbia liftoff. When Columbia liftoff, her family along with Indian family as well as that Kennedy Space Center, everybody was happy for her. Kalpana was born in Karnal, Haryana, but was a naturalized US citizen married to flight instructor Jean Pryor Harrison. Though Kalpana was Indian, but she got US citizenship naturally because she got married with one flight instructor Jean Pryor Harrison. Besides being an astronaut, she was licensed to fly single and multi-engine land airplanes, single-engine seaplanes and gliders. Look at her achievements. Not only she was astronaut, but she had license to fly single and multi-engine land airplanes. She had license for flying in single-engine seaplanes as well as gliders. She was also a certified flight instructor, meaning she was a certified flight instructor as well. She can instruct others. She was qualifying as a pilot. Kalpana began to consider another challenge, applying to NASA's space shuttle program. When she was successful in all these areas, that she was capable to fly so many things, then she joined NASA's space shuttle program. She was first hired as a research scientist at NASA in 1994. She was selected by NASA for training as an astronaut. See, as I have already told you, she had done her PhD and meaning when Doctor of Philosophy, when she was doing her PhD, so she joined NASA as a research scientist. In 1994, she was selected in that training as an astronaut program also. So till here, dear children, we got to know about Kalpana Chawla. Number one, she belonged to a very small place of India, that is Karnal. In her childhood, she did not ever dream for becoming a NASA space research program. She was very happy that her parents allowed her for her engineering, but she wanted to complete her master's engineer degree from America, with which her father was not ready. But anyhow, she survived, she did it, and she had completed her research also from America. Though she was an Indian, but she got American citizen. She belongs to Karnal, Haryana, but was a naturalized US citizen also because she